Have you ever had somebody tell you that you need to grow up? I have, but it was pretty embarrassing and something that I'll never forget. I was 28 years old. I was kind of overstaying my welcome at a neighbor's house. It was kind of a party that I wasn't really invited to. I just kind of made my way over there. I was drinking all day. Got there. They pretty much welcomed me, though, at the beginning. As the night went on, I overstayed my welcome. I stayed pretty much the entire night. I got to know some people there and started to talk to some of the people there at the party, and we ended up staying up all night. That was fun, but in the morning when I was helping them clean up, I got sick, and the one lady told me that I needed to grow up, the owner of the house. I just kind of put my tail between my legs, went home, and just never really got over that. That was a long time ago. Those were in my pretty serious drinking days. It hurt. One thing that I will share with you is that sobriety helped me in my journey to growing up. We're meant to grow up. We're not meant to stay stuck in our youth. We're not meant to stay stuck in those times that we feel like we wished we could kind of stay in. That's the reason why I kind of behaved the way that I did back in those days. I got sober in 2020. I was on my group forum, This Naked Mind. I posted about a year after I quit drinking that, man, I feel like I'm growing up. One of my friends said, my mom used to always say, we're meant to grow up, not to grow old. I came across that saying again recently, and I'm 5 years sober now. I couldn't help but think of what my friend had said that her mother would say to her. Isn't it so true? We're meant to grow up. It's hard to get there sometimes because, like I said, especially if we were drinkers, we try to reach back and reach for our youth all the time. Reach back into that bucket that we had no responsibilities. We thought we were having fun. The simple truth of the matter is that we're not meant to stay there. It took me decades to figure that out. I couldn't really start to grow up until I quit drinking. And I started to kind of recognize what that really meant. We're meant to grow up, but not grow old. It transcends time. We can grow up anytime. We can grow up still in our 80s, but we grow old incrementally, and we do grow old, and that's just a given. But some of us may never grow up. That's the reason why I make these videos. That's the reason why I talk about what I talk about with sobriety, with faith, because I was in my infancy stage in my faith until like 2 years after I quit drinking. It was around 3 years that I really started to notice that I needed to grow in my spiritual life. I was giving God all the glory for my sobriety because he got me out of my addiction, but I didn't really expound on my faith because the community that I was on, This Naked Mind, isn't really a religious or spiritual type of sobriety group. It's more along the lines of a free-for-all. So as long as you're there just talking about sobriety. The more I talked about my faith on there, and my pastor and my church and the Bible and all the things that come along with growing in my faith, I kind of started to feel like it wasn't really welcomed there. Not to say that there was a lot of people that didn't agree with me, but there were at least 2 or 3 people on there that would comment pretty religiously, so to speak, about my posts, to the point where I wouldn't even put it at the beginning of my post. I would kind of put it down in the meat of the text, because they may not even read it, but they're going to see the meme and they're going to read the first like few sentences maybe of my post. If they get wind that it's any kind of Christian or any kind of biblical beliefs, I might get a snide remark. So I just kind of left that be. I started to make my own group. I started to make my own way. I formed this channel, and then I started to kind of use this as my spiritual and sobriety outlet. It's kind of like my canvas. It's my place where I go to get out what I need to get out, not just for myself, But if other people like you guys can resonate with it, then that's even better, because I'm speaking the truth, my truth, and it helps me kind of look internally and grow in my spiritual life and my sobriety. That's really what this is all about. Growing up is hard to do sometimes. It's really hard to do if we're still drinking all the time. I once had a friend that was really like a kid, and he said everything that was on his mind, and he wore his heart on his sleeve. And sometimes we like people like that. As I got to know him more and more, I started to see that the people around me and him were pretty annoyed with what he was saying, and sometimes it was downright inappropriate. That was another thing about growing up, is that we don't have to say everything that we are thinking. Sometimes, especially when I was still drinking all the time, I would say things that I shouldn't be saying out loud, that aren't helping the situation, that are inappropriate. Maybe the things that are saying aren't those things, but they make things worse for myself because I'm saying them out of anger. Keeping those things inside instead, and doing healthier things instead of drinking, kind of help with that. I don't need to hang on to those thoughts. I can let them go. That's just part of growing up. It's part of the process. If you have kids like I do, those are, and spouses, those are huge things, because if we can kind of get away from saying everything that we think and what's on our mind, especially around our kids, man, we can go far, and we can have a better life. So if you're getting sober, if you're sober curious, if you're looking to have a better life, a sober life, grow up mentally, spiritually, in your sobriety, you've come to the right place. I'm going to continue making content like this. Thanks for watching. Please like and subscribe if you found this video helpful for you. I'll pin a link below to my playlists, so you can continue watching my videos on sobriety and faith. And I will pin my link to my Facebook group. It's a private group called Sobriety in the Storm. Come on over. It's a group of like-minded people just living life alcohol-free. Some of us are long-time sober. Some are new. Some are looking to get sober. We're always looking for ways to help each other out. So have a great sober day, everybody. We'll talk to you soon, and have fun growing up.